Welcome to Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Ezra, chapter 1, verses 1 through 11. And Cyrus, in the first year that Cyrus takes over the Babylonian Empire, he is actually the king of Persia, and he has taken over Babylon. And in his first year, he tells the Jews that they can go back to Jerusalem and Judah. And this fulfills God's prophecy that had been given through the prophet Jeremiah, right? So this sort of caps off the book of Jeremiah. And why does he do this? Because the Lord moved the heart of Cyrus, who's not even a believer, right? But he moves him, and this new king issues a royal decree so that the people can go back. And he says that Yahweh, the Lord, who's the God of heaven, that's the way he describes him. I mean, you have to recognize that Cyrus has got a whole pantheon of gods that he's probably trying to balance out. But the God of Israel is the God of heaven. And he says that this is the God who gave me my kingdom. I think he had a Jewish advisor help him write the letter. And he appointed me, the Lord of heaven, to get a new temple built. And so he says that any of God's people can go back and build up the temple for the God of Israel. And who, after all, is the God of heaven, right? And so it says, verse 5, everyone whose heart was moved by God, they're going. And one of the things to think about this chapter is how they are being faithful to God. God has moved their hearts, and rather than ignore the movement of the Spirit in their lives, they're following God. And it had to be quite the challenge to move from prosperous Babylon to the ruins of Jerusalem. And so not everyone goes, and their neighbors who are not going help out. They give various donations, right? And the King Cyrus, releases the plunder that was taken from the temple that was stored in Babylon, so they can once again use that in the worship at the temple. And, you know, I think the challenge for us as we listen to this passage is they're doing things in the practical realm. They're writing decrees, they're gathering up the plates and dishes that belong to the temple. People are packing up and getting ready to go. But all of that began with God moving in their hearts. And I want to ask you, how is God moving in your heart? How is God moving in your church? And do we move with God, or do we ignore God? Do we stay where it's comfortable in Babylon? Hanging gardens, come on. Or are we willing to go into a place that may be broken down, but that God is calling us to do his ministry and to build up a place of worship and praise for him? It's a challenge. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day. I hope if you like what you hear in the Daily Plunge, that you'll share it with others, subscribe, pass it on. Thanks a lot. Have a blessed day.